Hey y'all, Scott here. I remember it so you don't have to. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're going to take a look at the Wonderbread Guy.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble. It's
The lady in charge of the school cafeteria.
The Wonderbread Guy, aka Merlogic1, is a very odd yet fascinating person on the internet. Due to his fascination of high-class women buying an old product called Wonderbread, a brand that I don't even know if is still around, he would commission tons of artists with plenty of money to create these odd art. Whether it's a strange girl boss fetish or just wanting to see the world burn, these type of commissions did not go unnoticed in recent years, causing plenty of questions, like what, why, how, with many unsavory rumors running amok. It's pretty hard to do a cringe art since, of course, most of the art isn't the problem. These are artists just doing commissions, so instead I'm gonna do something different. Today on Watchmojo, on this list I will be taking a look at the top 10 best Wonderbread artwork. Ignore the disclaimer. Due to certain archival issues, I can't find the source for every single picture, nor do I know if they're 100% commissions. So I kinda have to trust my gut here. Besides, I don't think most of these artists really want to be remembered for this type of art anyways. Many of these pictures have other themes, like deforestation and love of big trucks. It's like this guy lives into the anti-rainforest song from South Park and based his entire life around it.
We're clearing out big sections of the rainforest for a lumberyard.
Really? That's great!
You don't mind?
No! I hate the rainforest. You go right ahead and plow down this whole fucking thing.
For this list, I'm specifically only going to focus on pictures involving Wonderbread, chainsaws included. And here we go. Number 10. Ms. Kobayashi's Wonderbread. While the Dragon Maid anime is both beloved and hated on Twitter, and I think this version of the Dragon Maid character just looks funny and simple. The artist also chose to use a realistic background, but I don't think the picture looks any less uncanny. When looking these images up, this one just so happens to be a rare find than the others, which is why I'm putting this first on the top 10. Number 9. Panty. Now while there are a few pictures using the Panty Anarchy character floating around, but the funniest in my opinion is where she's dressed up as a trad, with another uncolored picture with her with the Wonderbread chainsaw. Now this might look too simplistic, but is all made more funnier considering the character is very promiscuous. And given Merlogic's love of vanity, greed, gluttony, or whatever, it just makes it more fitting. Number 8. The Legend of Korra. So when looking through Merlogic's history, it's easy to stumble upon his strange slave Yuri comic involving Korra and Asami. I don't think he likes the character, probably thinks she's a Mary Sue or something, I don't know. Now you might notice that most, but not always, that these pictures focus on women that are white, specifically with blonde hair.
To a white woman!
Now while there does exist other POC characters used, for this spot, I'm gonna put this bread pic of Korra. So I guess in the strange multiverse of Wonderbread, she finally makes it. Though I'm 90% sure that's Korra, would be really embarrassing if it wasn't. I haven't watched the show. Number 7. Fat Wonderbread. Typically, the original Wonderbread is 140 calories, 70 a slice. Not too bad, but if these characters were buying that much bread in bulk, then I'm pretty sure it could add up. And this picture showed what could lead to that unfortunate conclusion, although it may not be unfortunate for the artist. Number 6. Isles of Wonderbread. Probably one of the more classic, and well known of all the Wonderbread pictures. What stands out is a huge focus on the isle itself, where the bread makes up most of the picture. So some might think it should be much more higher, but it gets really hard to find low-calorie bread, so I'm putting it lower on the list. It triggers me. Number 5. Isabel. Now who doesn't love Isabel? Even if you haven't played the game, it's hard not to like her, whether by through the games or fan art. Which is why she makes it on the list. Made better for the style that the artist chose, which just looks nice. Wagging her tail happy of her new purchase. Number 4. The Wonderbread Chainsaw. One well-known thing of the Wonderbread Guy was his love for deforestation, cutting down trees for a huge corporate factory, most of it done by older women with chainsaws. But the one that stands out was his picture of a woman with a chainsaw with a Wonderbread custom design, as well as sandwiches carved from the blade. Sure, it's not the only time on this list, but it is the most iconic, and the most remembered and bizarre of these pictures. which absolutely deserves a spot on this list. Now, despite his love for bread, I don't think he'll belong on BreadTube. Number 3. Uzaki wants Wonderbread. Uzaki is another character popular on Twitter, but has a lot more ridiculous controversies. When the manga's anime was announced, it caused plenty of people hating said character over her design, thinking she was younger than she was, with most people just being offended, proving the social justice Puritan stereotype right.
Now I see. You're an adult.
Huh? Like I said, college.
So it's even more hilarious when this picture was released. Even more so, it was released under a whole batch of other commissions, with the original artist not knowing what was going on. Number 2. The Ocean of Wonderbread. There is one artist who drew multiple different pictures for Logic, like a woman buying bread and chainsaws at a discount price, and one of a dimly lit city filled with a polluted sky and bright lights. Now, while both of these are good, number 2 on the list will go to what would appear to be an ocean of Wonderbread, with a billboard saying Mother Nature harms our brand. But why is it all flooded? Well, I get an impression her corporate greed was responsible for it. And before we get to number 1, let's look into the honorable mentions. Jackets aren't that type, but that was probably the point. Asami buys tons of Wonderbread while talking about increasing wage slavery. The girls walk into Target heading straight to the bread rack. Another over-sexualized art piece, which I saw was based on a hentai character, which it most likely isn't. I was gonna put on the list, but I think it will make me look like the weird one, so I didn't. Number 1. In my opinion, this picture checks all the right boxes, with great coloring and a good art style and some very nice detail, as well as a very shady dialogue, all while having the infamous Wonderbread chainsaw. I think this picture is a perfect example of what Logic wanted to see, and that was a top 10 Wonderbread Guy pictures. So what is all this? Is this a self-aware joke? Is it a bizarre fetish? Is it some form of insanity? From the looks of it, it's a little bit of everything. I want to do my part, but I'm very terrible at drawing. My art skills have not progressed since elementary school. That and I think it degraded. However, due to the recent AI art craze, Logic has claimed to retire from making commissions. However, I do believe this won't be the last we'll see of him. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see some of my other content, hope to see you soon.